for small businesses and the families that they represent. Mr. Chabot from Ohio.
Gentleman from Ohio is recognized.
Thank you. I thank the gentleman for yielding. And before I get into my prepared remarks, I have to respond to my good friend from Georgia's comment about the Affordable Care Act, which many have come to start referring to as the Unaffordable Care Act, or Obamacare as most people refer to it. There certainly was a need to help some of those folks who didn't have insurance, and there were ways of doing that. But by passage of this legislation, we've adversely, negatively impacted, I think, far more Americans than we've helped. We've seen Americans' rates go up, deductibles go up, premiums go up, and they're getting less quality health care for that. So it's been a disaster for many Americans, and a lot of it is still unfolding. And then on Dodd-Frank, which the gentleman also mentioned, what we've seen as a result of that, and I happen to be the chair of the House Small Business Committee, as was mentioned, small businesses, one of their greatest challenges is access to capital, getting money so that they can grow or start a business or grow an existing business and create more jobs. Because of Dodd-Frank, we got a whole new army of bureaucrats looking over the shoulders of banks, and the smaller banks too, like community banks, who had nothing to do with this so-called economic meltdown, and credit unions, bureaucrats looking over their shoulders and making it tougher for them to make loans to small businesses. So those two pieces of legislation, which many of my friends on the other side of the aisle are proud of, I think have been disastrous for this country. Now, getting to this particular piece of legislation, half of America is employed by small businesses. And in fact, 70% of the new jobs created in this economy are created by small businesses. And families rely on small businesses to put food on the table and a roof over their heads. They're very critical to the American community and to our American economy. There's not a small business owner I know who thinks that the government creates jobs, but they do know that government can keep them from creating jobs, and it does with one-size-fits-all regulations. It does by perpetuating uncertainty and increasing barriers to success. Would the gentleman have an additional minute available?
That's from 1 minute.
I thank the gentleman. And the REINS Act forces government to think before it acts. It protects the American people by ensuring that those that they elected get a say in major regulations, not all regulations, just regulations that will have a significant impact on the economy. Now, some may falsely claim that this bill is about deregulation. It's not. It's about accountability. It's about making government think before it acts, and if it chooses to act, the American people can hold their elected representatives, us, accountable for making that decision, not some nameless, faceless bureaucracy, but their elected representatives. That's what this is all about. It's common sense legislation. I commend the gentleman from Indiana for offering this, and I want to thank the gentleman from Georgia for handling this on the floor today. The REINS Act is a good piece of legislation. I urge my colleagues to support it.
And I appreciate the good words there from the gentleman from Ohio. Mr. Chairman, I reserve the balance.
The gentleman reserves his time. Gentleman from Georgia.